Today on CityCast Boise. Is September summer's grand finale or fall's soft opening? This month's guide captures that in-between magic in Boise where you can spend the day cheering at Pride or Fit One, stroll through art in the park, and then enjoy cozy bakes and our favorite fall coffee flavors. It's Tuesday, September 2nd. I'm Lindsay Van Allen, and this is what Boise's talking about. Joining me for our September guide is Kaylee, the Tater Raider. You might know her as Tater Raider on Instagram. And our Hey Boise newsletter editor, Blake Hunter. Thank you both for joining me.
Hey, happy September.
Thanks for having us.
Well, Blake, I'm going to kick it to you first for our must-do activities. So what are you doing this month? What do people need to check out?
Yeah, okay, so we have two of the biggest, festivals. I think two of the most fun festivals are Boom Boom first and second weekend of September. And so first weekend is going to be Art in the Park. This is Boise Art Museum's biggest fundraiser. It's a massive event in Julia Davis Park. It runs Friday through Sunday. And there's just so many vendors. I love it. It's such a blast. There's a lot of fair-esque food, but then also food trucks, and then just a ton of art vendors. My tradition of going here, this will be the fourth year in a row that I get a new journal every year from this Kentucky journal maker. She makes them in all these different sizes, and I have 4 of them now from her, so I'm so excited to see her. And then the weekend afterward is Hyde Park Street Fair. And this is also a Friday through Sunday event. This is at Camel's Back Park. Just a ton of fun, a lot of live music, a lot of food as well. And I don't know, it's just more they kind of tag themselves as unique, and for Boise it is pretty unique. And this is put on by the North End Neighborhood Association. So these two are just really fun. They're just big, they're boisterous, they're not as hot as the fair usually, which is why I like to go. And they're just a blast. And so I'm lumping these two in, but I think that these two are generally must-do activities, especially if you move to Boise this year, you need to hit both of these events or at least one of them. I
love these recommendations. And I'm so glad that this year they are on different weekends. There have been some years they're on the same weekend, and that's and sometimes they fall in on the same weekend as Pride. And so you're trying to hit up every festival, and it's just it's like trying to spend holidays at your parents and the in-laws. It's just
100%.
Mad. You're just running. You're just running, trying to
running from Cecil Andrus to Julia Davis, which I guess that won't be the case this year. The first, Art in the Park does overlap with Boise Pride. So we're going to be dealing with that again, but I feel like we're used to it at this point.
Yeah, well, that actually perfectly leads into my must-do activity, which is Boise Pride. And that I'm glad you brought that up, because that's the biggest thing. If you've been to Boise Pride in the past, it is not at Cecil Andrus. It is at Ann Morrison. So please make sure you go there September 6th and 7th, although they are having a kickoff party on the 5th. I believe the launch party will be at the Treefort Music Hall, so you will need to buy tickets for that. But Pride itself at Ann Morrison Park is free to the public, continues to be free to the public. And this year, this will be my second year emceeing at Boise Pride. So I'm really excited about that. I'll be there Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. So come check that out. Come say hey. And CityCast Boise is also going to be having a booth at Pride. So if you've been listening, you want to come say hey, we're going to be there. We're also walking in the parade on Sunday. So I'm really excited. Pride is one of my favorite times of the year in Boise. I know everybody thinks it's weird we do it in September, but I love it, actually.
I love it too. Yeah, me too.
I think it's fantastic. So I know there are people who hate that. I think it's really, really cool. And it kind of just fits perfectly. I think the weather's going to be gorgeous. So I can't wait to see you all there. Just make sure you're going to Ann Morrison Park.
Wait, really quickly, Lindsay, what's your take on it being in Ann Morrison? How do you feel about that?
I think it could be good. I'm excited to see what it looks like, because I understand that they have been worried about space and, congestion. And so I think this could clear it up. I'm just interested to see how they lay it out too.
Me too.
Because in years past, I've been on stage doing MC, doing drag and stuff, and the placement of the stage sometimes has been really tricky. You
Yeah.
feel like you're on the surface of the sun and you're going to die. So I'm really hoping by switching to Ann Morrison Park, it can be a more functional setup.
Yeah.
Okay, Kaylee, I am so excited. This is your first monthly guide with us. So I'm
I
so glad you're
know.
here. Thank you for doing this. So I am dying to hear, what is your must-do activity for September in Boise?
So I am really excited about Roars and Pours at the zoo. It's a adult-only event for people 21 and over, and they just have like, it's kind of like going to the zoo as an adult without like having kids scream or push you around. I always feel a little bullied when I'm at the zoo by children, but I feel like September, like we said prior, is just the best because the weather is not as hot. The animals are a little more active, and they're gonna have some pretty cool things. Like there's gonna be live music, there's a giraffe encounter, there's like animal experiences, free rides. It's just like a super fun like friend date night, or even a date night with your significant other.
What day is this happening and what time?
This is at September 12th. It's on a Friday. It starts at 6 o'clock and ends at 9. So it's $30 if you buy your ticket in advance. And then they're obviously going to have like beers, obviously roars and pours. So things like that.
Oh, very cool. And so with your ticket purchase, you do get drinks, or do you buy your drinks on top of that?
You have to buy your drinks on top of that.
Okay. Okay.
VIP tickets, that includes like an appetizer and a welcome drink. But I do think they're going to make you pay for your own beer.
Usually when I've gone to the zoo, it is with kids. And so I don't get to like linger where I want to linger. You're chasing, you're spending a lot of time chasing and seeing what the kids want to see, which is good, which is great, which is perfect. But just having like an adult time to just, linger and read the signs at the exhibits. I'm a sign reader and I never get to read the signs.
Maybe this is like the re-immersion that I need, because the last time that I went to the zoo was like 7 years ago when I worked at the Boys and Girls Club. And so I was responsible for like 40 children. And that explains why I haven't been back. So maybe this is the one for me.
That's stressful.
You need a reset. That can't be your last zoo memory.
No, for real.
No, you gotta just be a big kid. Like, take your friends.
Yes.
I love zoos. I don't know why, but like, even when I travel abroad, I always try to find a zoo to go to. And it's so interesting, like, what they think is an exotic animal. So, like, they might have deer, and I'm like, okay, well, those are like squirrels here.
Yeah,
so.
literally.
The North American squirrel, the North American house cat.
Yeah.
Chickens, guinea pigs. I'm like, this is not what I was expecting.
Okay, next we're going to get into food and drinks that you have to try. And I'm really excited about this. The weather is still warm, but it's September. It's fall in my heart. And so my food and drink pick this month is coffee. I mean, it's kind of always coffee, but more fall-based coffee. And Blake, this is also kind of for you. I recently stopped at a coffee shop I'd never been to before, Perks of Life. They have a place in Eagle and one in Nampa. And I think it was just far enough out of my way. In the morning when I'm having coffee, I was like, I don't want to drive there. But I happened to be in Eagle one morning and I stopped there and they had a cardamom cinnamon latte. And it was stunning. It was
amazing,
incredible. It was everything I'd hoped for. And they also had a cardamom cinnamon muffin. I was in heaven.
That's amazing. I feel so honored that you remember that we share our love of cardamom. That's so sweet. And I've never heard of this place. I'm looking it up right now. Looks pretty good. Like their scones look good. Their rolls look good. Okay. Noted.
They also, my other tip is they have fantastic homemade granola. And I'm not always a granola girly, but it's house made. It's not too sweet. It's just, it's very crunchy, very delicious. And when you go in their shop, this was also something, there was just so much. I'm lightly in love with this place. They also have these books you can purchase, and it's called A Date with a Book, or like a blind date with a book. And so it's a book and it's all wrapped in, a brown paper, and they don't tell you what the book is, just kind of vaguely like the category or like the very first Goodreads review about it, and it gives like you the Goodreads rating for it, and then like some tea or like a bookmark. Like you get a little like packet to go with it of some little goodies and things. And I thought that was just such a fun idea. I don't know. I was
Yeah,
enchanted.
that's so cute. I love
It
that.
was adorable.
I'll have to try it out. That sounds fun.
Kaylee, I would love to hear, what is your food or drink item for September?
It's also coffee. Like whenever I think of September or October, like I want to be cozy, the warm cup of coffee. And Boise's been having a ton of coffee shops open.
Yeah.
Like Perks of Life has been on my list for a while. I've yet to be there, but you can literally bribe me with a blind date with a book anytime. Those are my favorite. Even if I already have the book, it's just the experience. So there's a new place called Coffee with a Twist. Have you guys heard of it?
No.
No.
So it opened in Southeast Boise, I think in like the last month or two. And not only do they make like homemade syrups and all the good stuff, they have like a Cuban latte. I have no idea what it is, but like I want it. I don't know what it is about it. It looks so cinnamony and warm and cozy. But on top of that, they make homemade twists. So like they make cinnamon twist, which is like kind of a croissant, but they have a ham and
Ooh.
Swiss and an orange almond. Like I just want to go there, sit down with a book, coffee, and a little snack, a little treat. And yeah, the minute I see an orange leaf, I'm there.
Oh, I'm placing this now. This is in the old, like former Lulu's pizza and sushi place on Apple Street. And so, okay,
Yeah,
that helps me. Okay, I want to go check this out now.
like I said, first time I see an orange leaf, I am headed straight there.
I think that's so fun that we both had coffee picks. It is that just time of year. That's what it feels like. I'm like, bring on the warm coffee. Even if it's still like 85
Mhm.
out, I'm like, but I do need something cozy.
And I used to be such an iced coffee girl, and now I'm like, maybe it's just with age. I'm getting a sophisticated palate, but I'm ready for the hot coffee.
You've aged into hot coffee.
Yeah. Mhm.
I welcome you. I've been there for a while. I've been here for a while. I welcome you to the club.
I appreciate it.
Blake, what are you eating or drinking this month in Boise?
My food and drink recommendation is actually just for you, like people at home, to get into baking this month. I think that this is the perfect month to bake because you have so much fresh produce. You can go savory or sweet routes, and there's just so many different fun things to do with it. You can lean into the summer or you can lean into the fall. You kind of get a pick of everything. You can do berry stuff or stone fruit stuff still, or you can, go into like apple and pumpkin and like the fall flavors. I think September is pretty great just because like if you want it to be an extra, like a bonus summer month, it basically is one in Boise. Like we have still really long days, still late sunsets. It's really temperate. It doesn't really start. We might get some rainstorms and stuff, and that's a blast. Like I absolutely love that. But it's also, you can basically treat it like another summer month, which is what I will be doing. I do love fall, but I'm happy to relegate that to October and November. Because I just love summer so much. And so I think that baking is a really fun way to cross over and get a little bit of both summer and fall and just experiment, like flex your muscles a little bit and do something fun.
Okay, so I have to ask, what
Okay.
is on the top of your baking list right now?
Ooh, actually, I've been testing these date, rosemary, and cinnamon rolls that are really, really good.
Ooh.
And I've also been working on like a Mexican mocha scone recipe. What else? I just recently made babka, which I'll probably make. I'm not Jewish, but I'll probably make challah for Rosh Hashanah just because I love challah so much. Like
Challah's so good.
it's so good. Although I probably will be making a pecan pie and pumpkin pie real soon. Real soon. I mean,
Ooh,
it's
ooh.
that's my version of like as soon as I see an orange leaf, that's what I'll be doing.
I need to place an order. I can't bake. Like I'm not a cook. My husband
Okay,
cooks.
well, I'll get you covered. I actually am starting a micro bakery, so I'll get you
Really?
covered. Yeah, yeah.
I would absolutely place an order. Do you do cooking classes? I feel like this could turn into a whole thing.
That's true. I could. I do have this as a full-time job already, so I'm trying to be chill about it.
Lindsay's like side-eyeing me like,
Yeah,
no.
literally.
No, you can't have flake from us. But if there are cooking classes, I would also like to go because I've seen your baked goods. I've seen your flaky pastries, Blake. They look incredible. So I'd be down anytime.
Okay, well, I'll start with selling, and then maybe in a year or so we can talk about classes. Next fall.
Okay, and the last thing on our monthly guide is our free item because prices are going up with everything. And so I want to make sure you have a way to enjoy Boise without having to spend a lot of money. There are so many amazing activities happening, community events that don't need to break the bank. You don't need to spend money. And so the first event that I want to talk about, my free thing this month, is the Thrive Community Wellness Festival. And this is the second year that it's been going on, and it's going to be Saturday, September 27th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Jump. And this is just a whole day dedicated to trying to help people find wellness. And that means a lot of things for different people. There's classes about, financial wellness and security. There's things about, breathing exercises or yoga or dance or, going walks, how to go outside more, all kinds of classes and activities. There's face painting for the kids. And one thing I really like about this festival is that it is put on by Upward Inertia. They work with marginalized communities like people who have been incarcerated or people from neighborhoods that are more marginalized and don't have access to those resources. They try to focus on helping people who have different mental illness challenges, people who are on parole or probation. And so this activity is free to go to at Jump, and there are lots of fun classes and activities, but they also, if you have the capacity to donate or are able to, they also raise funds to be able to make sure that they have more access to well-being. I just think all in all, it's a really wonderful thing for our community and can benefit so many different people in our community. And it's a really fun day to go practice some yoga or dance or learn some new ways to incorporate wellness into your life.
This sounds awesome. I recently had a reader write in to suggest me putting this on the events listing. Is there one activity that you're most excited for, Lindsay, or that you've done in the past that you loved at this?
I actually really liked the yoga. I'm not a yoga person,
Yeah.
but it was just come as you are, do a couple poses, do some breath work, do some stretching. It was just a fun day to kind of focus on wellness and different community efforts to improve wellness. So
Love.
And just a quick plug for Upward Inertia. I know they get a lot of inquiries about their puppy yoga. They're the ones who put that on, and that's a big fundraiser for them. And I know that's kind of gotten a lot of traction lately, and they work with rescues and breeders. So I'd keep an eye out for that and maybe follow them on Instagram.
Oh, that's a great tip. Thank you so much. Okay, Kaylee, what is your free activity that you're going to check out in September?
Yes, I am so excited for this. I mean, Taterator Boise, there's Potato Days. I don't know if you guys went last year. I can't remember if it was their first event last year, but I know a lot has been added for this year in 2025. And I was really lucky enough to work with them this week on tasting some of the things that are going to be coming out. And you guys, this was the best baked potato I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
I am not a big baked potato person. I took it home. I was like, how do I box this up and take it home? Because I can't let this whole potato go to waste. Potato Days is on September 21st. It's at the park right across the village in Meridian. And there's going to be live music this year. There's going to be build your own loaded baked potatoes, fries, tater tots. It's free to enter. I know it's really fun for the kids because they have things like potato car derbies. I think the Boy Scouts are putting that on. A potato slingshot, potato sack races. So there's going to obviously be a lot of potatoes there, but there's going to be other vendors there as well that aren't potato related. If, that's not your thing, I can't understand that, but, there'll be other things going on. And there'll be a beer garden, and there's also a lot of vendors for art stuff.
I love it. That's so good. And okay, so was the baked potato I'd like to go into some nods. The baked potato was the best, or were there other potato gems I should be checking out?
I mean, so I tasted 5 of the things that they're going to be offering, and they have multiple different types of baked potatoes. They have ones with like cheese and broccoli, ones with cheddar and like chili and tater tots on top of the baked potato. So it's going to be come hungry because you're going to probably be in a food coma the rest of the day.
Okay, I might have to try that potato inception potato. Potatoes
Yeah,
on top
for
of
real.
potatoes.
I love tater tots, so that was like definitely good. And they usually like they had pulled pork or something on top of it and chili. It was so good. It was so good.
Wow. Wow. Okay, Blake, what is your free activity that people need to check out this month?
Okay, so I want to shout out the 2 that I mentioned and what you mentioned, Lindsay, which is Pride. So Art in the Park, Hyde Park Street Fair, and Pride. You can all totally go, like, you can go to all of those festivals and just, like, have a good time and not spend a dime. Like, it's genuinely possible. Leave your wallet at home if you want to. Like, you could do that and just have fun. So I just want to throw that out there. However, I think one of the funnest, like, free things that you could possibly do is go watch Kaylee run in the Fit One half marathon for St. Luke's.
Hey!
I'm doing the 10K. Let's
Okay. So that is on September 20th. And this is just, I grew up going to like fun runs and watching other people compete in them and just like running in them myself. And so this is just such a fun little culture. Like running culture and supporting other people as they're running or walking or just like in this race, however, is just like, it's such a fun and endearing thing to do. And just like going on and cheering people along. Make a sign. Like somebody had whiskey shots on like a marathon that I ran a few years ago and it like actually saved my life. And like, so I'm not saying like hand out liquor, but like hand out something else, I guess. I don't know. I just think that like going to this is just like really fun. Also, if you want to sign up, you totally should. Registration is still open. I also want to shout out, there are a couple more, we're in race season right now, so there's a couple more races I want to shout out. On Saturday, September 27th is going to be the Pace for Peace 5K. They started last year. This time it's a fundraiser for Afghanistan. And then over the next few weeks after that, there's like the Subi 5K, the YMCA Classic Kids Run, of course. And then after that on October 11th, getting into October, is the City of Trees Marathon. So if you want to join the Fit One and like can't make it or just don't feel like you have the training time, there's a few more options down the road.
I love it. Thank you so much for those recommendations. And thank you both so much for coming on our September guide. There are some things I didn't know about, some things I'm excited to put on my calendar, and I hope you all have a fantastic September.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Before we go, I wanted to spotlight our newest CityCast Boise neighbor, Lee C. Welcome to the neighborhood. Our neighbors get great perks like ad-free listening, invitations to members-only events, and more. Come join the neighborhood at membership.citycast.fm. That's all for today here on CityCast Boise. If you enjoyed the show, make sure and subscribe to our Hey Boise newsletter for a list of even more Treasure Valley events to check out in September. We'll be back tomorrow morning with everything you need to know about Boise Pride. You won't want to miss it.